Monday night is fashion night, or more like take the piss out of everybody's fashion night. And to help me do that, I have my Watch Fashion Police with me here, the beautiful Michaela de Chatillon, and of course Dirk Kennedy, who's just fresh from the dentist. That's why we're a little late today. How are you guys?
Great.
Dental.
Better than Dirk, probably.
I'm all right. My whole face
You're a
is
real
shot up
man.
with numbing agents, so I just
Hopefully it doesn't wear off mid
no. It's
live stream and you
he said
start dying.
I told him I was going to do because my dentist is a watch collector and he just got an Explorer 2, and he got it with this. He had it on a rubber like not an Oyster Flex, but he had it on a custom orange band. It looked great.
Wow.
And I said, "Oh, I'm about to go do
Interesting.
the show," and he goes, "Just be careful. When it wears off, you might bite your tongue."
Oh,
I was like, literally or figuratively?
Literally, probably, honestly.
well, you never bite your tongue figuratively, so there's no fear of that. Which,
No.
how far back is it? Is it a wisdom tooth or what is it?
It's a molar.
Oh, it's a molar.
Yeah, crown time.
Oh
Yay.
boy.
First one I've ever had in my life.
Poor thing.
That's okay. I'm in no pain of any kind.
You're handling it like a real man. That's
Wow.
great.
Well,
Good for you.
I'm not handling it like a woman would. That's where the real capacity to endure pain is. Women are way better than men.
They are.
Yes,
I got very lucky with my
heard.
molars. Everything came up straight.
Oh wow.
You know, when they were coming up, because if they come up a little this way or that way, it's like, nope, we're going to pull them out because it's going to create pressure across. But I got lucky, man. It's like winning the lottery. Who is in the room tonight? Head groundsman, Tim Wright.
Hey Timmy.
Christian is drinking some Ribera del Duero.
You're fancy.
Very fancy. Which one are you drinking, Christian? Greetings from Krakow. Wow.
Hey, Krakow.
Andy Dufresne. Great to
Andy
see you
Dufresne.
guys.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love how you spell Dufresne too. It's just such.
There are
French
two
like
ways, but the real
French.
way is very, very weird. Very French.
Dufresne. Dufresne. It's very cool. Is that how we spelled it in the movie?
That's how we spelled it in the movie.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to talk about brand ambassadors. Lots of fun. Get to look at lots of beautiful people, basically, is what's going to happen. And professionals and brilliant people. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with, shall we start with Omega?
Sure.
Let's come in heavy. So Omega are great because they do a lot of stuff for the ladies.
They do.
Pull that window over.
And they still have. There's no more Lady Date Just Right, is there? That still
There
exists.
certainly is. Most certainly. We were just talking about it the other day because
they should promote it. Why not?
They do.
They're wearing Explorers.
There was that tennis player last week who we were looking at her Ladies Date Just, and we were fawning over the president bracelet that comes on it. So this is Kaya Gerber, which is Cindy Crawford's daughter.
Yeah, shocking, right?
Now Cindy,
She looks so like her.
so like her, even more beautiful if that's possible. This is, of course, Cindy was one of the big ambassadors for Omega, along with Nicole Kidman. And what's the name of this girl here? This is
like Alessandra something. I think she's Brazilian. No.
Probably a Brazilian Victoria's Secret model or something.
Yeah, she is. She's done a lot of modeling for different things.
I thought Victoria's Secret wasn't allowed to have pretty girls anymore. Now it's just plus size blimps and ugly
well, that
girls.
was from a few years ago, so that's why.
Now that
you're totally right.
Now that Lizzo's fucked that up for everyone, we're going to go back to this again.
Thank God. Thank God. You know, everything has its place and purpose. You know, let's let the supermodels be super and better than everyone else.
Right.
It's like a supercar. It's like calling a Camry a supercar. It's like, come on, like who are we kidding now? You know, I'm sorry. There's a lane for everything. There's a lane for everything, and this is a career. Like I get very irritated about.
It's very
inclusivity makes total sense, and I'm not like hating on it, but it's gotten way too far.
But Lizzo's nowhere near as hot as these chicks. Sorry.
She's close. She's very close.
This is
So it started with her, and she passed down the baton, I think, to her daughter. It's just automatic. She probably picked up the phone and said, "Listen, I'm not doing this anymore." But as it happens, my daughter is a picture, is a painting.
Absolutely ravishing. Look at that. My
Yeah,
God.
she's very delicate. Like her features are delicate, a little bit more sharp than Cindy
refined.
Crawford.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's probably because honestly, Cindy Crawford in the 90s, the supermodels had a little bit more body fat percentage, just a little bit more. And so her daughter's very thin. So she's just a little bit more like
I would say
skeleton-like, but in a beautiful way. She's like
she's
a
a tad more effeminate. I think she's more feminine.
Yeah.
That Cindy has that big, powerful, statuesque beauty that's almost masculine now that it's aging. She's got softer looks. This girl, I think. Would you agree?
I think she.
No.
Well, I mean, Cindy Crawford had those big, thick, magic marker eyebrows.
Yeah,
she does kind of too. I don't know. I mean, Cindy. I mean, my God, jeez. The real supermodels. There was 5 supermodels, like the real ones. And then after that, they started calling everybody supermodels. It was Naomi Campbell, it was Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, Helena Christensen, and Tatiana. What's her last name? Partiz. She's dead now, but those were the ones, the big ones. And then after that, who was the supermodel? Everybody in the George Michael video. That was it.
They were all in that George Michael video.
Every single one of them.
Freedom 90, right?
Yeah. Freedom 90. Yeah. I mean, it's just holy shit. 1990 was ridiculous. After that, everyone was a supermodel. If you were a model, you were a supermodel.
Well, eventually it went over into the acting world. The actors and influencers and personalities that, they were performers or actors. They became also the model. So she's wearing the Constellation. She was all about the Constellation for years. Now her daughter is rocking the DeVille, which is even more classic and magnificent. I have to say that is a stunning watch. It's beautiful. Man. Quartz, of course, because at that size it's 27 millimeters. It's called a dewdrop.
They'll have to have mice making the automatic movement,
Let's have a look at it.
That is beautiful. I love how dainty it is.
Yeah, it's
perfect for Kaya.
Kaya
Gerber.
Everybody in the chats are naming their favorite supermodels. I'm like, okay, now we get it. All right, Helena Christensen,
Instagram models.
Yeah, Kate Moss, lots of blow. Claudia Schiffer didn't do runway; she was print only. So I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of beautiful girls. Look at that, though. Look at that photography. Who shot that? Ooh, that.
Oh well, only the best for these guys, of course.
God, wow. That is
moving across, of course. This is an event here. I'd like your opinion, actually, on some of the people who showed up for this event. So, Nicole Kidman is throwing some big events for Omega. She threw an enormous one in St. Petersburg a couple of months ago. Big deal. She's like moving in hard with the Omega stuff. This is some event, and all these chaps showed up. Jamie Doran.
Oh, look at him now.
Yeah, so I want your opinion on this stuff because you guys are great at just like dissecting all of this suit stuff, and I learn.
I love it.
I like it too. He's a little slouchy, and that's probably just the way they caught it. But other than that, peak lapel, beautiful.
It's not a complimentary pose, but of course he's doing it to show the watch. Correct.
Yeah,
it's very hard to know how to pose with a watch.
What do you think about Jamie Dornan? Do you think he's a handsome lad?
I think he's handsome, definitely. Like he's stereotypically handsome.
Yeah,
he's not exactly my type, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't take away from his beauty.
Agreed. Yeah.
I love the charcoal.
Me
suit.
Too.
That's such a nice touch,
beautiful.
And it just elevates it a little bit. I mean, I know that classically a dinner suit would be black, but I don't think that's exactly what he's going for. Even though it does kind of look like that, and the structure and with the lapels and everything, but. The charcoal is perfect.
I love charcoal.
Gentlemen watching, if you're going to buy a suit, buy navy or charcoal gray or some tone of gray before you don't bother with black for a long time. Start with
and don't ever buy a white dinner jacket if you're fat. It's illegal.
Oh,
Has to be fitted and it has to look nice. You don't want to look like a mafia don.
He looks like he's wearing the Aquaterra there, doesn't he?
It certainly does. It looks like he's wearing one of the
Oh,
Aquaterras that we
Globemaster.
can't have. Oh, it's a Glove Master. Oh,
Yeah.
it's hard to see. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with this pocket square? Does he have jewelry on the?
Yeah, like
what's
little
going
brooches,
on?
tiny brooches or something. I can't zoom in. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what they are. It's not a great pose, but it's hard to know how to pose
Yeah,
with a watch.
Do that.
Yeah,
You
the
know.
pose
Yeah, what do
did
you-
ruin it, but you're right. It is
Like
a
this,
little bit awkward.
when I have the camera on, not in these things, whatever. I do it anyway, but when I'm out shooting, whatever, and I want to do slow mos, I put the camera into a high frame rate, and I'm at the Florian having coffee or whatever, or tea. So I'll use my phone. I'll do that, So then I'm like pretending to like search for something on my phone. That way you get a shot kind of the profile of the watch.
That
And
is
then
a trick,
and then I'll do a lot of this pondering, I'm pondering about life. And that way you get to see the watch. But you'll see now over the next hour so many different ways that actors and celebrities figure out how to get around this issue, because it's kind of a hurdle for them.
It's definitely something to learn, is how to pose with your hands, even if you're not wearing a watch, but obviously you want to be. But just acting like you're doing something, like actually something that's sensible with your hands, that's the best way to pose. Because otherwise, hands can definitely be awkward in photos. But yeah, holding the phone, posing here, acting like you're holding your hair, something that your hands are in motion, that's what you do. Otherwise, the hands can look awkward.
Yeah, it can look awkward. When I did the thing with the On Plus magazine, they were, in the end, it was just Canali clothes. Like the watches were incidental, and they knew I'd be wearing a lot of Rolex. And I was like, well, why don't we get Rolex in on the thing? And they said we can't, because Rolex have a rule that if their watch is featured, it has to be at least life size. Oh. So if I'm in the piazza and I'm like doing this with my hair or whatever, and you see the watch, that's tiny. The only way you'd get it to be life size is if I'm doing that, like right by my face. That's like Lost in Translation. He's like, he's holding the glass next to us.
Hold the phone. You're wearing a Panerai.
I am. We should do wristwatch check. I'll show you right now.
Where did that come
from?
That's
getting mad that we're not showing.
I'm wearing the same thing I always wear. Look at that. Is that a Luminor?
This is, the Luminor base logo.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh wow.
It's actually not mine. I borrowed it from Simone because I'm doing Battle of the Beasts.
Suit you though.
I know, it's a big fucker. Yeah, I know, perfect of me.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm doing Battle of the Beasts, and everybody's writing. I did a little commercial for it, and everyone's getting excited, and they're like, "Hold on, how can all these beastly watches not include a Panerai?" And I'm like, "God, you're making a very good point." So I called Simone the other day, and he said, "Yeah, grab one. I've got one here. It's sitting in the box." Isn't that
very
nice? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. It looks really good on you.
Yeah, it really does.
Thank you. What are you wearing? You're going usual Speedy, I assume. There it is. Always looks great. Michaela, what are you wearing this week?
I'm wearing my Cartier Ballon Bleu de Cartier.
The Ballon Bleu.
I'm really bad at showcasing it.
It's the ring light.
I know. Pros and cons, I know. But yes.
Washes it all out. Is that rose gold or it's rose, isn't it?
It is, yeah, two-tone rose gold with a chocolate down. Really beautiful.
C'est magnifique.
It's my only Cartier, and I'm hoping to grow my collection. But we'll get into that. Yeah, I will, I know. I just have to hold off since I'm doing some expensive traveling.
Only watch that's true, Pam 000. That's exactly it. It's the one with the logo though, because there's the one without and the one with. So it's the one with
the little square thing on it. I like that.
Yeah, the little funny square thing.
It's like like it looks like Chase Bank.
It does.
That's what it looks like. It looks like Chase's logo for Chase Bank. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I like it. You know what? This is probably the prettiest because it's the simplest. because
No,
they can get a
I like
little.
when they have complications. I like
the small seconds and all
I
that.
like small seconds. I like some GMT.
Oh,
You know, I like a little, and I like when the dial. It's a beautiful dial. It's black, but it has kind of a silvery sunburst to it when it catches the light. It's nice, but I'd rather, you know, I've seen the green ones of the bloom. Oh yeah, you want to see the loom?
Yeah,
I don't have my
don't?
things. I was out shooting all day today, shooting this watch, so it's all in a bag in the other room. But yes, the loom is ridiculous. I mean, of course, famous for their loom. This is Andrew Garfield doing the Omega thing
in chalk stripe. Look at that.
I've seen this guy show up with Aquaterras matching his suit. Like he came out with a kind of a red salmon suit on a talk show, and he had the bloody Aquaterra to match.
Yeah. I love this guy. I love everything about him. He's a brilliant actor.
He's so likable.
He's so in it. He's wearing that as casually, like he grabbed it off the hanger. Has he got a striped tie on there? Black on black?
I love it. So actually, it looks like his shirt is striped, his tie is striped. This is a really good way to do it. His stylist or him, whoever, I'm assuming he's a stylist, they understood the assignment. Because if you're going to wear so much black on black, having the slightest detail like that just shows you're knowledgeable. And just like you were saying, Dirk, it's definitely looks like he just threw it on and it looks perfect.
He's casual.
And he's so likable.
Oh,
like his energy, his personality is so good. I just love Andrew Garfield.
I love him too.
He's a cutie too.
And he's got that Mark Ronson hair, that pompadour from the 50s. He's got the big, thick mullet in the front. It's very Mark Ronson.
Now, what kind of brothers? What is this shit on the suit? Like this sparkly
chalk stripe.
Chalk stripe.
It started when you go to get a bespoke suit. Your tailor will drape the fabric and he'll take a piece of chalk. And it started like a long time ago with him doing the measurements, where the cuts are, what the lapels look like. And one tailor, I don't know who exactly started it, but somebody said, hey, that would make a great pattern. And the chalk stripe suit was born, because that's one of their major implements they use when they're measuring you out. Everything's done with chalk on the fabric.
Wow. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
Not for everyone. It's for him because he's slim and he looks great.
Yeah.
He's just charming as
you guys are huge fans. I don't have any particular feelings about this guy at all. Other than the fact that he dated Emma Stone, which was good taste.
He was in that Mel Gibson movie, Heartbreak Ridge. Was it called? Forgive me.
Yeah, and he was also in a Scorsese movie.
Yeah, he did also play Jonathan Larson, the guy who wrote Rent and then died the day it premiered. Like he died the afternoon Rent was going to premiere. The guy had an aortic aneurysm, and he played Jonathan Larson, and it was in a film called Tick, Tick, Boom, nominated for an Academy Award. He was absolutely freaking brilliant in it.
Wow.
Incredible. Imagine that. You wrote Rent, a Pulitzer Prize winning piece of work, and you died the day it premieres.
Carolyn Martin's in the room, $50. Thank you so much. And always a member of the channel. I just love this panel. And Dirk, is there anything you don't know?
Plenty. I don't know enough. Carolyn Martin. I don't know enough about you, Carolyn.
Yeah. Hacksaw Ridge was really good that he was in.
Hacksaw Ridge.
So touching, so believable. He's
the objective observer. Yeah, it was incredible. Incredible.
This is an actor here, Leslie Odom. I don't know him, but he's wearing it looks like a yellow gold Speedy. Cannabis gold Speedy, excuse me.
I can't even see it. I'm sorry. I'm blinded right now by his outfit. I can't even
he just looks like he looks like a nonpareil, the chocolate candies. Yeah.
It's like when a television tuned out and there's the fuzzy screen. It's
an optical illusion, right?
Yeah, it's hurting my eyes.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible.
I don't know what this guy is wearing.
This is the guy that he's deaf. This is the guy that was he won an Academy Award like 2 years ago.
Supporting role for Coda.
What's his name?
Oh, he's wearing a Trésor. Wow.
Yeah. Not great. Yeah.
I'm not crazy about his getup there. It looks a bit large for him.
Yeah, it looks like Men's Warehouse, but that's
yeah. I don't know what he's wearing. Can we see his hat, or is that the top of the picture?
It's like a Kangol. Oh God, please.
Oh,
no
honey, there's a
Kangols.
time and place, and this is not it.
That is not
no.
Yeah.
This
It's
is giving
1982.
This is giving. This guy shows up at the club with like the 21-year-old girls, and he stands on the side and just watches them. He doesn't even approach them, and they're like, "What the hell?" The lights flash, and you see him there.
It's a thing. It's a douchey thing that they do. They think it makes them look like auteurs. You know, many years ago, we went to go see Streetcar at Brooklyn Academy. And we're there, and John Krasinski comes in with I always forget his name, the guy from Galaxy Quest. He's won an Academy Award. Sam Rockwell.
Yes, amazing.
John Krasinski, they're drunk, obviously. He's doing this the whole time, framing the production. Kate Blanchett was in the production. She was brilliant. She later recreated that for Blue Jasmine. And he's wearing a Kangol hat. I'm like, why do all the guys that come off like Hollywood douchebags wear those? Sam Jackson wears one. They all think that it makes them look like an auteur.
Director. Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
Let's see those auteur poses again, Dirk. Let's see them.
Wow, you look very intellectual right now.
That's the one there.
I'm framing the shot. What
You're a philosopher.
I hope you enjoy my work.
Yeah. You
There's
know what?
one right there,
Kubrick didn't wear one.
What about that one? Is that a good one? Do I look like an intellectual? Do I need to look off?
Like
you do look a little smarter now. Just as
you do. You look so much smarter.
Yeah, I say a little. He says a lot, but.
Do the bass players and jazz players of New York City wear that kind of hat? Because they always have some sort of stupid hat on.
Scoodly wow, wow, wow.
They're in a club. Wow, it's a cult.
Scoodly wow. Yeah.
You're such a not a jazz guy.
Hey,
anyway,
jazz, play the right notes, will you? Come on.
Oh,
there's the globe. There's the Globe Master.
Yeah. I don't like pipe pan dials. I don't love the pipe pan.
Yeah.
Just
an odd watch, isn't it?
It's an odd watch, yeah. And it's made out of flint, right? What is that material that it's made out of? It's made out of what flints are made out of. What do you call that stuff? What light bulbs are made out of? Come on, it's like a Jeopardy question. What what is it? Tungsten. That's what it's made out of.
That watch is tungsten.
Tungsten.
Seriously?
That's a pretty sturdy material, though, right?
I guess that's why they did it.
Every man wears tungsten rings.
Tungsten.
Every man for their wedding band, it's tungsten. I can tell immediately. It's always the same exact design too.
Yeah, it's just the bezel. It's not the whole watch, obviously, because that would be weird. But I don't like the pie pan, and Omega loves the pie pan. They love to bring it back. They love to commemorate it. I don't know. It's like, fetch is just never going to be a thing.
Hey, at least that crown is regular shaped.
Yeah, Jesus.
Grip the damn thing.
Yeah, could you please put that on everything else?
There's the Trezor the other chap was wearing.
Yeah. I mean,
rose gold and black.
It's beautiful.
Not sure I'm mad about this kind of off black, this gray charcoal.
Yeah.
With this rose gold, but obviously it's a classy watch.
Oh, look at that. Oof, the 89-29. Wow. Oof, that's beautiful. I mean, Omega really doesn't have much competition when it comes to that, other than when you get into like Lange and all that shit.
That's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, this is
I love
Garfield, your favorite guy. This is what he was wearing. Yeah. Pretty nice. DeVille has always been classy.
Hasn't it always? Yeah. The DeVille is beautiful. The classical DeVilles. And they're very reasonable people. You could start a DeVille collection. They're really not bad. You can get them for a couple $100.
So I suppose the person who we really should be talking about on Omega is Clooney.
It's George. Well,
I thought I had a tab already prepared, but now I can't even bloody find it with all my tabs. So let me just pull up a new one. I mean, clearly there is one actually. I know where it's here somewhere. Sorry. Now you're going to get a preview of everyone. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So this is him recently. He's wearing at an event, some golf event, look, with Reynolds, of course, who kind of looks like the urban gentry there, doesn't he? Doesn't Reynolds?
No, he's much better looking than that guy.
Okay.
Reynolds a bit of a ride. Bit.
All right, so he's wearing the 57, the new Speedmaster 57 with blue dial. Let's just assume that George Clooney has all of them.
Of course he does. And the best tan in Hollywood. He's the new George Hamilton.
Do you think he does fake tan or he has a tan bed?
I think it's fake tan. He's Irish. Come on.
He just always has a fucking nice tan, that bastard.
He does live on Lake Como, though, so.
I like the watch. I don't really like his style typically. It's nothing bad necessarily, but it's also nothing that clever. And
he takes no chances.
He may not care. Okay, but that's just my observation. I just don't really like his personality.
Oh.
Well, that's strange.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry.
I mean, I do like the polo with the chinos because he wears nice ones, and that jacket probably cost $800 million. Bamberg lining. I mean, it's just that he doesn't take very many chances. Ocean's 11, him and Brad Pitt were styled up the wazoo in that movie. They both looked the best they've ever looked. Outrageous, especially Brad. Wow, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not advanced. She likes a guy that takes sartorial risks, and he doesn't take any. He really doesn't.
He doesn't wear any ties, I've noticed. I rarely see him in a tie. There he is at the new event. There's the watch you had on last week there, Michaela. Didn't you have that watch on your wrist?
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, I tried that one on.
You tried on the green one, right?
Both. No, she had the blue and the green. I tried both. Yeah. They're really beautiful in person. I tried on what they had, and everyone was commenting like, "That's way too big for you." I'm like, I'm just trying it on. I'm not buying it.
That's 43, right?
43 mils. Yeah. I saw the photos, Michaela. It is too big for you.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna. Yeah, they didn't have anything smaller to try.
Out of it, like Streisand.
I was actually planning to do that, but I wanted to combine like 6 of them, just like right around my neck. No, I wasn't going to buy that big one, but that's all they had to try. Very pretty in person, very mesmerizing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
George Clooney, though, I just feel like he's known as like a very like heartthrob kind of guy. I mean, with women, I literally have met women who are, in their late 40s that have claimed that they dated Clooney or they had a night with him. Like,
I actually know a girl who slept with him.
That's exactly what this other girl said. What if
she also turned him down? Like, she worked in a hotel down the block from where she was a coworker of mine, and she had left and became a cocktail waitress at one of the one of the Randy Gerber joints. And his best buddy. And she said, "Oh, Clooney comes in. He's always here." This girl was smoke show from hell. And she would be like, "Fuck off, go away, not interested." And every time he was in town, he would just send her tons of flowers and cards, and he was trying to woo her. And she said, "I'm never, ever, ever." That last shot of him on the yacht was crazy. That might convert this one because that looks amazing.
Yeah, no, that one is selling.
I'm trying to pull it. I'm trying to pull a full screen. I can't find it.
Holy shit, he looks great. Anyway, long story short, she had a conversation with him, and she said he was really very charming. And she said, "I don't want to be a notch on your bedpost." He goes, "I'm not looking for that. I'm not that guy." And she fell for it, and she slept with him. And she said he sent her flowers the next day and said, you are a life changer. So I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. And she didn't want to continue it because she does not like famous people. So much. Look at that.
I'll never talk to you again.
Yeah. I mean, he's much younger here.
He does look good on the yacht. I'm not gonna lie. Sure. I'm a sucker for the whole linen, unbuttoned, just relaxed summertime vibe. But yeah, in total.
Is he wearing the
He's wearing the Plo Prof? That's why I'm trying to pull up the photo. You think I can find a website that'll actually show me the photo?
Is that a current picture then?
No, it's from ages ago.
He's wearing a vintage Plo Prof. Okay.
Or the previous one with the black.
Yeah.
The previous steel or the steel.
Very beautiful there.
And to titanium. And the Plo, that's the picture that turned me on really to the Plo Prof, because I was like, look, if he can do it, you know what I mean? Here it is the other way. Just this.
Wow.
Well, this side actually. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, he's very old movie star. Cary Grant-y, That's kind of it.
I am loving his look there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty great. That
She's
beautiful
coming around.
shirt.
She's
Yeah.
coming around.
Stop
Never mind
it.
Andrew
Stop trying to
Garfield.
change me.
Michaela,
Well,
have you
I
seen The
don't-
American?
No.
Watch it.
Oh my god! Oh Jesus!
Watch it. You might
So
change
I
everything about
don't-
him.
I don't find Andrew Garfield to be like a heartthrob.
No,
that kind
he's
of thing.
adorable.
He's just a sweetheart, and he's just like a good personality. Who knows? He could be the biggest asshole in real life. I don't know, but he comes across nice. I feel like George Clooney. I just don't. But that picture, yeah, and maybe I'll watch that movie. Maybe it will sell him.
I should pull up some clips of the Speedmaster in The American. Do you think I'll get shut down?
You will, but hold on. I just want to say hey to Art Vandelay. We didn't forget you. We're just deep in the thing, and then there was some scuttlebutt about the super chats. Thank you so much. Okay, Fike off. Do you know who Art Vandelay is?
No.
Either of you?
No.
Don't be sad. We
It's
love you.
George Costanza's alter ego, the architect on Seinfeld.
Oh,
Very
okay.
popular character. I know you didn't know that because you're not a Seinfeld guy, but thank you. And we're not ignoring you in any way, shape. Thank you very much.
Oh, was he complaining that we were ignoring him?
Well, it was a while ago. We just missed it.
I know,
okay.
but we're not that kind of channel. We don't. It's not Tim Wright. We don't stop the conversation for a super chat, dude. Just so you know.
Doesn't mean we don't love you though.
Doesn't mean we don't love you. We're just trying to have a coherent. Do you ever watch Tim's channel? I love him, but he can't
they
get
break
through
it up.
an actual paragraph without stopping and going super chats,
Yeah.
super chats. Like anyway, Clooney with the Speedy.
I mean, this movie is shot by This was directed by Anton Corbijn. The guy that I guess most people know him as being responsible for all the great U2 covers and art, right? That's what he's most famous for, but he directed this, and it's a really great film, and he's terrific in it.
There's so much Speedmaster. If you don't own a Speedmaster, particularly on the black strap, that classic setup there, the one Carla Martin has, she has that exact setup. That is actually not the Hesselite as well. That's the Sandwich.
Yeah, it's the Sandwich.
If you don't own one, and after you watch that film, you're going to want it. You're going to immediately purchase one just after watching. Look how much the watch is all over the movie. It's everywhere.
Every shot. It's incredible.
Looks good. Really,
it looks
good.
great. I mean,
I like the way he lets it kind of hang a little. It's it's tad loose.
The whole beginning of the movie is
that's a shot from the movie. That's not even like a commercial.
Yeah.
That's a moment when he's actually timing something, and it gives a close up of the Speedmaster. I've never seen a bigger, more overt commercial for the Omega Speedmaster.
Yeah,
not
that's because
even,
it is low key a commercial. It's
not even Apollo 13 did that.
I guess not low key actually.
And that watch saved their lives.
It's cool though. I like it. Looks good.
Yeah.
That's from The American.
The American.
All right.
It's a nice film. It's very slow and quiet, and it's set in Italy, and there's a lot of Italian in it, and it's very romantic.
It's romantic.
He has an affair with a prostitute.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, romantic.
Yeah, and it's sexy.
So romantic to have an affair with a hooker. She's beautiful, and they have chemistry that is undeniable. It's just wow.
That's because they hooked up in real life too.
I know. I figure they did.
That's pretty much when the chemistry's that strong. They always did. Yeah, even if they're married, most likely.
There's a line
this
that
is
I
a
won't
legend.
mention.
Okay, don't sue me. It's a legend.
I'll let everybody else go for it, but there's a line in it after he completes the purchase of her services. She makes a comment to him about something that he did, and he throws the money at her, and he says something. I'll let you guys all find it if you watch the movie, but I remember being stunned by that scene. It was unbelievable. Just look for it when you watch The American. It's something you've never seen in a movie before, and I was floored. I actually rewound it to make sure that she said that. I went, oh, wow.
By the way, Art Vandelay, I'm going to refund your super chat. You're an asshole. I just saw what your actual comment was.
What was
We don't need any of that crap in here. It's just degrading stuff about other channels.
Oh.
So now I understand why he was getting angry. That didn't seem like one of my regular viewers to get so irate about us not getting the super chat. And I don't need anybody in the chat reminding me to check my super chats. Thank you very much, guys. I figured out this YouTube thing. I think you'll agree pretty well so far. So we're gonna move on to Hublot. Hublot, everyone's favorite brand. Not. And they are apparently they're coming in hard on the sports guys. I didn't know Usain Bolt was an Hublot ambassador. Fastest man in the world.
I feel like typically that is who they target.
Yeah. You know who else? Conor McGregor would probably be the next guy they'd go for. Right.
He got take. I mean, he's not official for Rolex and Patek, but that's all he ever wears. Yeah. He's not going to wear Hublot because Hublot isn't expensive enough for him. He wants the most expensive stuff in the room. Anyway, Usain Bolt. I'm not a huge fan of Hublot.
You aren't?
It's funny because I just went by to pick up this Panerai from Simone the other day, and he said he had one come through the store, and it was actually very impressive. Okay. It's like, really? He goes, no, believe me, it was actually really, really good. Of course, Djokovic has Hublot sponsorship. He's been wearing that shit. Of course, we were talking about his green ceramic.
Yeah, well, that's just... It's beneath you, Novak, but you're a dick, so I'm not surprised. They wrote him a big fat check.
These brands, there are only so many brands. And if Rolex already has Federer, then he's got to go for something else. And whoever writes the biggest check and makes the watches that he likes, right?
Look at that big bang on his wrist. It just looks grotesque. It's like a monster.
It looks like an AP. That's my problem.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It looks like the bubblegum drop machine version of. I mean, they're obviously aping Audemars Piguet.
Aping AP, definitely.
For sure. They're aping, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I was a big fan of him when he came out, and then he just turned into just a colossal dick.
It was Kylian Mbappe, the soccer player from the French soccer player. Yeah.
See, I want to be
this guy.
I want to not hate on it just because I'm prone to doing so. I want to look at it like with fresh eyes, but that watch we just saw, it's too much. I don't know. I want to see something more sleek and cool with them.
Yeah, they don't have.
And I want them. I mean, who cares what I want? But I want them to win me over with something a little elegant. But they don't really do elegant. That's not. They don't. It's not their thing.
I was crushed to discover that Depeche. Yeah, I think it started with Martin Gore.
He's got his own model, Hublot.
Yeah,
he's got his own. He designed
the other boys moved in, and they're all doing the Hublot. Yeah. And I was like, no.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
But can we see it up close? Do they have a picture of what they're wearing?
Can we see the Martin Gore version? Because
sure, I was just gonna play this because there's a lot of close-ups.
Is Dave Kahn wearing one also? Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
All right. They're in-house, man. All about
yeah. Look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it does look very AP there.
Oh my God. I mean, you said it, man. They're aping.
They're
aping AP. Yeah. That is a big bang chrono right there.
Yeah, that's just They're expensive, right? Very.
Oh yeah, that's the big problem with Hublot, that they're not really fine horology, but they're up there in price. That thing there is probably 20 grand. So I don't know what metal it is.
Who's setting the market value? Like what's the market? Dum-dum rappers and second string artists. I mean, Depeche Mode are certainly A-list artists. I'm surprised at them.
Yeah.
It should be who would be a great one? It should be what's the band that everybody hates?
Coldplay.
I mean, I'm done with
Nickelback.
Yeah, Coldplay. Coldplay is just, they're fun to make fun of, but man, they're so beyond. They're huger than everyone. It's crazy how big.
They're not huger than Taylor Swift.
No, and nobody is bigger than Taylor Swift.
This girl she's a blogger. She's an Italian blogger. She's massive, apparently.
Wow.
Chiara Ferragni. And she just got Hublot sponsorship. Look at that. She's wearing a big rose gold beast.
I want you to say it, and I want you to tell everyone that if Hublot came to you tomorrow, you would tell them to fuck off.
Well, we're going to get onto that in a minute, like what brand we would go for if we were
that's
approached by a brand, or what brand we would like to be approached by. Look at this girl going for I guess she must have pretty large wrists because, the watches look big, but they're not comical big. I don't know who this woman is. Isn't that
she's
funny?
a writer, so she has like a blog she writes on. That's cool. I always appreciate that. It's such a non-paid attention to thing now. So when people make it big with their writing, I like that. Even if I don't agree with them, I think it's cool.
This thing is
that's
down,
hideous.
Like heavily bust down, right?
That's nasty.
Sorry,
she's kind of striking looking, but that watch is not right for her, I don't think.
I agree.
But I mean, good for her. I feel like somehow it's just a little less douchey when a woman wears it. It's weird, but
it's true.
Probably just because she doesn't know. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know. Like this Russian chick that had come into my cafe house the other day, and she's just wearing this Hublot. I didn't ask like what it was, but I was like, "Why are you? Where did you get that?" She was like, "I don't know." Like, okay.
What was she wearing?
An Hublot something or
other. Oh, really?
She was a stranger, and she was kind of standoffish. She's Russian, so she didn't speak English very well. And so I was trying to chat with her, and I couldn't communicate very well. But I was looking at it, and I was like, "You're wearing an Hublot?" I'm like, "Why are you wearing that? Like, that's so unexpected." And she's just like, "I don't know." So I'm assuming it's her husband's watch, or he gave it to her or something. But she didn't know even what it was. But I was like, "What? It's so odd."
She just picked it up off the kitchen table.
Yeah, I know. I see a lot of women here, like sophisticated women wearing Cartier, but and a few Rolex that date just the small little feminine ones, like the Korean women like those. But yeah, sometimes people wear fakes, and I can tell. But I'm no expert, but sometimes it's obvious.
Are there a lot of fake Cartiers?
I've seen one fake Cartier here.
They do exist. Fake Cartiers do exist. The Santos.
The Santos.
They exist for sure. Wow. So this is the guy, for anybody who doesn't know, he's not a celebrity in himself.
I just mentioned him.
His own right, yes. So he produced Amy Winehouse. He discovered Adele and many other great artists. He's considered one of the greatest new producers out there. And he's got AP. God damn it. I mean, how do you get that call, man? I want that call. Wow.
So you got to sell 1 billion records like he did.
Yeah, exactly. I got to launch these artists out there. He has a few different Royal Oaks. What do you think about this guy's style?
Well, that is beautiful. I like gem colors, and I don't think everyone pulls it off well, but it may be the lighting of the photo, but I like that.
He's certainly got a signature style. He loves retro fashion. Look, I thought he was doing like a couple of rails of coke there. That was really shocking. Then I realized
it's a cute little pic for your.
I was like, what?
He's at AP with a loop.
I thought he was doing some. He loves crazy old knits, like from the 50s and 40s. He wears a lot of retro Hollywood style. He keeps his hair very pompadour. Look at the beautiful little sweater jumper he's got on there. He's got amazing style.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. It's very singular. He's a very unique guy.
Oh God, I hate the internet right now. Just trying to zoom in on stuff is just impossible. I mean, it's kind of cool. Look at this little sweater and so on. Yeah, that's a really good way to show the watch. He's not like holding it up next to his head or anything. He's just, nice, casual. As always, AP with their photography. Some of their commercials have no watch in them at all. There's no watch. There's no mention of a watch. It's just some artist and their project or something in nature. And then at the end just says, "I'll not be gay." And you're just like, wow, class, man. Rolex.
We don't need to flash it.
Yeah, we don't even need to show our watch. That's how established they are. Rolex sometimes do that too, like Martin Scorsese and so on. It's just him there on set talking to people. And then at the end, it just says Rolex.
I love that long sleeve polo. It's so handsome. That's a really good example of That's a really good example of elegant casual style for men. So men, fall and winter's coming up. Look up some sweater polo combinations.
Beautiful. I agree. 100%. It's so great.
And that's cool. That's cool. Not everyone can do that, but a little bit I'm creeped out. Is that like a wife beater under there or something?
Might be,
a little creeped out by that. But overall, it's cool. I love the pattern. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Well, he knows what he's doing for sure.
Yeah, again, that gem color. Not everyone can do it, but when people can pull off gem colors, it's just so beautiful. The eye is just drawn to it.
Beautiful. I love it.
I got AP. God damn it.
Why are you mad?
Because he wants AP.
No, I want AP. I mean, it's
send him a message.
Complete pipe dream. I'm just saying, like, no, it's just because AP. I feel like Hublot are probably throwing watches at everyone, just trying to get everyone to wear their watches. Where I feel like AP are probably going, nah, not today. Let's wait. And then they just go, okay, him, and it's just like sprinkling magic on someone. There's a guitar brand you wouldn't have heard of, Michaela, PRS, Paul Reed Smith, and they're all over the place. It's like they're gnats at a camping trip. You just can't get rid of them, and they're in every bloody video, and it's because they just give everyone free guitars constantly. They're kind of shiny looking, modern.
They look like coffee tables.
But they give their guitars to everyone. Gibson don't give their guitars to anyone. No. Rickenbacker don't give, because they're Gibson, because they're Rickenbacker. So you can imagine getting the call from Gibson. That's what getting the call from AP is like. Let's move on.
You're next.
Oh God, wouldn't that be great? But I mean, when I sell a gazillion records and I discover the next Amy Winehouse, let's move on to.
There will never be another one.
There will never be.
I think that's the end of that.
Sad. I know.
So Breitling is next up. Because Breitling have Brad Pitt and they have Charlize Theron.
And that's something.
There's a nice pose. Look, she did that well.
She's just
throwing the papers left and right.
I mean, well, she's almost wet dog here, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter because
she's got a suit on, so you see they were trying to create a little bit of a contrast.
I mean, there's definitely some hair.
The messy free hair and the very structured suit. She's cool, but she's a little crazy.
Is she a little crazy?
I'm not going to get into it. It's like political stuff, but it's not really. But it is, but it's not. And I don't want to be a downer. But she's stunning. And when I saw her in what was that movie? Prometheus? Is that the movie I'm thinking of? One of the alien.
Yeah,
like she was so cool in that. I loved her. I was sad when she died.
She's always good in movies. I saw her in a movie where she's kind of falling apart and she goes back to her hometown and she tries to get back with her ex, who's happily married and has kids, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. She's kind of falling apart. She didn't play a confident character in it, and it was great to see her do something like that. She's supposed to look like an auteur here or a philanthropist. Or what's the look?
Yeah, she's supposed to look like a CEO.
Right. Well, she's doing
the
Breitling
boss babe. Boss babe. I hate that phrase.
What is that?
Oh, you're lucky that you don't know.
What is it?
It's a very popular thing that women strive to be now. Modern women, they want to be boss babes. There's a whole culture around it. It's very obnoxious. Even though the heart of it is good, it's very obnoxious. But
that sounds obnoxious, Mike.
I won't poison everybody ramble on about that.
Now, Brad is really pushing Breitling every time he's seen in public, except for Wimbledon when he wore that Vacheron, the 222. But other than that, whenever you see him, he's got Breitlings on. This is some sort of event for Breitling, and he's looking fucking cash as always.
Of course.
Yeah. He does quite often. I see him in a black shirt underneath a brown or a gray suit or
he
blue.
Loves that.
Yeah, is that his thing?
Yeah, it is, and he loves corduroy too, which is great.
This looks like a deep brown of some sort. I don't know the kind of brown. and then
Yeah.
black underneath, no tie, and then a few accessories going
Sure.
on.
Brown's hard to pull off, and if you can, it looks great.
Yeah, very earthy,
It's very
natural. And yeah,
Those
you
are
mentioned the
nice
corduroy.
type.
That's so cool. And it's so rare to see it. No one's wearing corduroy.
So rare. So rare.
So when it's done well, it's just like, wow, heart eyes.
Heart eyes. So yeah, he's always wearing Chronos by Breitling. Good for him. I like that. I mean, I guess he probably signed. How does it work? Do they sign up for a 15-year deal or something with these people? You know, he's been very loyal since I ever got into watches, like 5 years ago. He's been the Breitling, the face of Breitling.
He has been for quite a long time. I guess they just renew it, you know. I guess so, because, you know, and he's probably like, well, Rolex didn't call me, so sure. Because that's what they're all waiting for. It's like baseball players. They're all waiting for the Yankees to call them. They all are. Doesn't matter who you are, because they all want to be Yankees. Everybody wants to play for Rolex, don't they?
Well, maybe he's gone Vacheron now because he showed up at Wimbledon with that 222 on. Mind you, it was a vintage one. It wasn't the new one. So I don't know. Moving on. Oh, of course, we've got Daniel Craig doing the Omega thing. I mean, apart from Clooney, he's the face of Omega for the past while.
Sure.
He does. I feel like he does it justice, but.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's ugly beautiful like that watch. That watch is ugly and it's beautiful, and so is he.
Ugly beautiful.
Hey, look, he's got his last button undone.
Yeah.
I keep spotting that now since you guys mentioned it.
Yeah.
See, he just unbuttoned it for the photo. He's reaching for it. You see how he's posing with his hands, though? Do you see how he's doing something and that's the pose?
Yeah.
So that's what we were just talking about earlier. He's acting like he's doing something, even though
he's pretending to kind of fix his cuff or something, and that way it catches the angle of the.
So everyone remember, if you have to get a photo taken of you and you don't know what to do with your hands, you don't have someone to put your arm around, just pretend you're fixing something or adjusting, you know, just to give it a little bit of a candid look.
I love that advice.
Thank you.
There, of course, he is with the Seamaster that we were all loving.
That everybody knows about.
That's the best shot I've seen of it.
Those eyes in this watch, they just connect. They just connect spiritually.
They fucking do.
Electric.
I don't think that actual shot is in the movie. I think that's taken from the set or taken from the pre-edit.
Of course they totally did that because they needed it for promos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look how clear it is there. And I love that. Look, he's got a bow tie on. He's dressed to impress, to gamble, and he has this animal-looking sports watch on. It's just like, you know?
That's all Brioni, by the way. All of that, except for the Turnbull and Nasser shirt, but the tie and the shirt are Turnbull and Nasser, and the jacket is Brioni.
See, what's great about it is, if that were a Calatrava or something softer, more gentlemanly, or a Gigi Lecoultre or a Cartier, it would soften the whole thing. This guy's an animal underneath it all. He's the blunt instrument, right? He's a tough guy underneath, and the watch is giving it away.
You're right. That's so true. If he was wearing a more sophisticated, simple watch, it would just make him. It wouldn't be Bond. It just wouldn't. Like, yeah, this adds a really good level of power to his look.
How many watches does this guy sell? I mean, how many guys go in to the Omega boutique and say, I want the watch from this photo? You know, there he is wearing the Aquaterra. A more elegant, kind of everyday watch, but still kind of badass, powerful looking. What's up with that tie? That's a weird looking tie.
It is very weird, right?
It's too matchy.
You were saying ugly. You were saying ugly, beautiful. Is he ugly there? That's a bit ugly, isn't he?
Low key.
I mean, he just looks like somebody works for the FBI or something. You wouldn't. I mean, he's got the most beautiful eyes in the world. I mean, if you go for that, if you're one of those crazy people that's like, oh, blue eyes, like, you know, I mean, he's got the best. They're electric, you know.
Yeah, I've never been that crazy about bright blue eyes with men. It's probably because I have blue
'Cause you
eyes. So I'm
have
just
them,
like, I'm
you know
over
what?
it, you know?
Yeah,
I
and you
see them,
have
I'm
them.
over it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
And you're sick of everybody going, "Oh my God, your eyes."
And
'cause
everyone
I mean,
said, oh my gosh. Well, everyone says this, but you know, we all want what we can't have, especially like with girls. I'm like, I grew up wanting brown eyes, and then
Yeah,
I
so
was
did
told
I.
like, you're an idiot. I'm like, you don't understand. I love brown eyes,
Me
like
too.
dark
I
brown
love dark
eyes.
bedroom eyes. They're
Yeah, so
smoky. Yeah,
good.
I agree. Beautiful. I
This is
mean,
the watch he was wearing at Wimbledon 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, actually, he was wearing the GMT version of that exact watch. So it's got some extra orange accents on it.
right.
There he is with another Aquaterra. These are all really good shots of the watches, man. Hey, that's cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
With the gloves, that looks really good. Those leather gloves.
Wow.
That's sick. Is that a black tie? Fully black? Looks like it.
That's fully black. He looks like he's about to commit a murder.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
like a security man or a
Yeah.
or a hitman or something.
Murder in Parliament. He's he's just been in session. He's going to go around the back upstairs, strangle the guy, and leave, and then just fix his collar and walk.
You notice how his
This-
ties
yeah.
pretty wide. You know, that
Yeah.
that makes him, it's a kind of an illusion, but it makes him look broader. Like
Sure.
in the shoulders and chest, you see the lines just come together. When the tie rather is too skinny, or you can wear skinny ties, but when you wear a nice wide tie, I just feel like it makes you look more broad, more masculine. But that's just from my point of view.
This watch is also very expensive because it comes in a 007 box. It's very 007 specific, and it comes on that NATO. It doesn't come on a bracelet. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Dirk, that it was the first of these ones with the lollipop second
Yeah,
hand.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. It's a beautiful watch, and I don't like NATO's, but it's a classic NATO, and I love the knurling. And thank you, Omega, for a normal crown.
Right.
I mean, Jesus, I know you're not a big fan of the lollipop. I don't mind it, but I think that they've gotten a little lollipop crazy and should probably stop it now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No, I'd wear that. I'd wear that watch
You
all,
would, right?
all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one
More
I've
than
worn
this.
on the wrist. This was so popular, but then COVID hit and the whole release of it was softened because the watch was released anyway and the movie had to wait. Remember? It was supposed to
Yes.
coincide. This is very popular because it was so new and it was such a reinvention of the Seamaster. It has this little crow's foot on the dial and on the back, which I feel is a bit out of place because you're only supposed to have that if it's government issued.
Right.
So putting it on the dial is not something that they would do. So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't think they should have done that at all. They should have maybe had it on the back, but not on the dial. The faux patina, of course, everything's a little yellowed. And it's a titanium watch, and it comes on this Milanese bracelet. Very, very light, very comfortable watch. I've actually seen two in the wild here in Venice.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Both older gentlemen, both men in their late 50s or 60s. Nice stuff. Then we've got Zoe Kravitz. She's doing Omega now.
Oh yeah. She looks so much like her mother. It's scary.
Yeah. Beautiful woman.
Absolutely outrageous.
I think she looks like her father too, though.
Split down the middle.
She's so striking looking. She's one of those people that has such a nice symmetrical face.
Yeah.
So it's very satisfying to look at her face.
It's a clever photo. It's black and white, except for the dial on the watch. I guess this was how she was able to do the pose and show the watch, like get it right up near her chin.
Oh, your favorite tattoos too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate those gumdrop
The
tattoos.
doodles.
No,
The
I feel like
doodles
she's
are the
so.
worst.
That watch, by the way, is so pretty. That's like such a girly, dreamy, beautiful color. I really like that. But yeah, I think that she really sadly took away from her beauty with all that scribbling.
When I was in
on her wrist.
Milan visiting my daughter there, we walked around the area with all the stores, all the high end stuff. And there was a big Omega boutique and a huge display of her. I think it was this photo, like life size or larger. And then this watch on the stand. And it was really impressive. Very beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It is. Looks like just beautiful jewelry.
Mm-hmm. They do it pretty well, you know, because they're keeping it. There's something retro and there's something modern in that, you know. It's nice. And then we'll just get on to Ryan Gosling. He has a big watch collection, but he represents Tag. Tag Heuer, baby.
Is that right?
You know, it's
I feel
funny
like he's
stuff.
a good fit for that. I feel like
I think so too.
Well, you know what he did as well? This is kind of funny. At Barbie, at the release, he wore this Tag Heuer to match.
I kind of like it. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's a pop of crazy, but the rest is pretty subdued, so I feel like it's okay.
So what brand would we represent if we got the call?
Michaela?
I would choose Cartier, of course. I love the people they select to be ambassadors for their jewelry so much. Lily Collins, what's that other girl? Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning.
She's just so dreamy. But for their watches, I think they could definitely use more females. And
totally.
I volunteer.
100%.
Yeah. So Cartier for me.
And which one would you go for? Like the Pasha or the Tank?
A Tank, I think, because that's the next one that I'm lusting after. So I have my eye on that.
Which
Dirk
one? Cartier in gold, a Tank in gold?
Let me see. Well, I love gold, so
I'll pull them up right here. Something like that. Sorry, one moment, please.
Buffering.
Yeah, it's because it's loading this. Yeah, you see 3D thing going on here. That's sexy.
Yes, I wouldn't do yellow gold personally, but
you like rose gold.
I do. I really do.
I love rose gold too. I mean, yellow gold it's got a thing. It's got to be a certain thing, and that is very beautiful though. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's not something I would never turn that down. That's stunning.
It's probably quartz, right?
It has to be quartz, yeah, if it's that size, yeah. Yeah, once they're under a certain size, it's quartz. That's just the way it is with those. I'm not sure they have a Cartier Tank in rose gold. Orologi. Vediamo qua, ragazzi. Selezioni. No, I mean, I know they might have the Ballon Bleu in rose, but not sure about the Tank, at least not the Tank Franchise, which is what we're looking at. Or now they call it the Tank Franchise Must.
Oh.
Yeah. Now they brought out this new franchise, which is a bit blockier looking than the previous. It's a bit different looking. Look how cool their website is as well. Dang.
So cool.
It's polished.
This is actually brushed. This is all brushed. That's a brush surface there. Yeah. Polished maybe on the side flanks are polished. Look, and they catch the light. They're high gloss, but everything else is matte. Sexy.
Wow.
What about you, Dirk? I'm guessing Omega.
Is that what you think? Yeah, of course it's Omega.
You know, a lot of people told me that when I first blasted onto the YouTube watch scene, that Tudor would be the brand that I could represent.
That's my ad. Me and Shay K Nasty in Italy with a CK2915 in a vintage, kind of like a film noir.
That is really cool.
My favorite watch. My niece, who's my travel partner and crime.
Nice.
Great, crazy.
That is your photo? That's your photo, you're saying?
No, it's just a photo of me and my niece, me and my niece in Milan just being criminals.
No, I'm saying that this is your photo, right?
Oh yeah, this
Are
would
you
be
saying-
my photo. This would be my ad in OG, or one of those magazines. No brand, just the watch and then the imagery, and that's it. No branding, just the whatever. Vintage. I love the vintage Omega shit. I don't that
So
whole
cool.
Eddie Redmayne as an Omega brand ambassador. I don't get. I mean, I just think of him as a Danish girl.
Well, he wears the kind of the slighter watches
He does, yeah.
of theirs.
Yeah, he does. Indeed.
So this is, of course, Beckham. He does Tudor. He's never seen in any other watch. We're looking at him recently with his doodles on his hand.
Horrible.
And, you kind of have to know what your brand is, what's going to look good in you. I'd love the call from AP, but I ain't getting it. I ain't getting a call from Tudor either. But
if you had your druthers, it would be AP.
AP or Tudor, because I can see what people are seeing with Tudor. I can see what they're talking about when they say you'd suit Tudor, because Tudor watches do look good on me. I'm a bit scruffy. Rolex is too clean. AP might be a tad too intellectual and a tad clean. I think maybe Tudor people are onto something. That because I'm a bit scruffy and messy and a bit of a drunk and and all of that, that the Tudor thing works. I mean, I'm not sporty like this dude.
He's very sporty,
but he's rugged sporty. That's what they're going for,
right?
He's got the shadow.
He's rugged. He's sporty. He knows how to take.
He's got the doodles.
Yeah,
the Tudor sits well on the tattoos on the doodles. I don't think a day date. Maybe I don't think a day date would sit as well. Where did you see that?
I thought when he smiled, I was like, "Oh, look at that."
There, no. Oh, maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe he's a cap.
Like it matters.
You've seen
that looks great.
This watch on me. Yeah, you actually saw it on me in my house here in Venice, and you were like. It may not be Rolex, but it looks really good on you. I have a two-tone version now as well. So I think, being realistic about it, hey, I'm never getting any of these calls. But
yeah, you might. You have a big channel. You're about to hit 100,000 subscribers. I mean, it could happen. It might not be. Maybe it'll be Hublot.
Maybe it'll be
Longines or. Longines is a beautiful storied brand. Why not? They could use somebody cool. They could use it. I mean, it could be Rolex. Who knows? Not impossible.
Nobody's getting that call. Maybe I need all these doodles on my fucking hands. Look, the doodles get really bad.
Is that him again?
That's him again. That's how bad it gets.
I didn't. Oh, that's
they're all over his neck.
Oh no.
He looks very skinny there.
That sub is way too big for his wrist. Is that not a sub?
It's not a sub. It's a Tudor Blackberry.
Oh, it's a Tudor Black. It's too big for him.
That is the Tudor Ranger.
That's the Explorer.
Yeah, it looks like it's the Tudor Ranger. It looks like this old Explorer. Yeah.
Yeah, great coat though. Oof, herringbone. Oh my god.
Yeah, we want that. We definitely want
the
that.
horse flip strap on the collar. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
That's beautiful. I mean, this guy's fit as a fiddle. He's got a thick head of hair. He looks. This looks like prison yard.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm never getting any. I'm never getting a tattoo. I've lasted this long without one. Why would I ever?
Exactly. There's no reason to get
don't
one
do
now.
it. No. Don't do it.
It's like becoming a priest now. What's the point?
Anyway, I like to think of that Kim Kardashian quote. Believe it or not, there's actually a good one. Would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley?
Did she say that? Was she talking about herself?
Yeah,
she's talking about herself.
Oh,
of course she's done.
She's such
one of the few good quotes from Kim Kardashian.
Bumper sticker on a Bentley. Well, that's her ego is healthy enough, I guess. Wow.
But it's true. I mean, it's better that she doesn't put tattoos on herself. But I feel like she's had her day. But I won't be mean.
I mean, she's a billionaire now, so she can
just settle down. I feel like.
Take the money and run, lady, because you don't have anything else to offer because everyone else is, younger. What she does is essentially nothing. So there's all these young hotties and girls with bigger rear ends and whatever. And they're all bigger. They're all going to be bigger. There's going to be a new one and a new one. Even her own sisters have Chloe's eclipsed her. It's amazing.
Kylie, the younger
Kylie with her crazy fashion empire.
I almost feel like Kylie, the younger one, has been intentionally overshadowed as a business move. Yeah. So Kim can still be the top dog, but she's, nothing's wrong with being in your 40s as a woman, but she is aging out of it, and there's only so much Photoshop you can do to when you're actually in person and people see you, and you no longer look like the face of your brand. You look unrecognizable. It's starting to happen with her, but
listen, if none of that shit happened to her, she'd have one eyebrows and a hairy chest, and she'd be living in somewhere in LA. She'd just be like every other Armenian broad out there. I mean, she is not a good-looking girl to begin with. She's just, holy crap, she's been catapulted into it. Just goes to show you she's not unattractive, but man, this is brush here, brush there, the way the old tin or bronze. That is straight out of the Wizard of Oz.
I think honestly she's one of those people that looks a million times better without makeup, and I know a lot of people would disagree with me. It's just that one of her brands is makeup. She just wears way too much all the time, constant full face glam, and she just looks better a little bit naturally. Like, I don't know.
Here's a comment from earlier. That's another performance from Charlize Theron that was amazing.
She was
Monster.
Yeah,
Monster. That was really
won an
good.
Academy Award for it.
Oh, she did?
She sure did. She played an ugly lesbian murderer.
So I'm pretty sure she has 3 children. She's adopted, and they're all trans, which is very odd. Something's very weird with the celebrities.
She's poaching. She's looking for trans children.
Yeah. Something's happening.
Is she married?
A good question.
I don't think she is.
Just like Megan Fox has 3 children, they're all trans.
They're all trans. You know what it is? They just want to play dress up. They just want to play dress up one day.
Exactly.
Well,
the thing is, they look the most special. They look the most progressive if they have trans children, because they're like, see, look, I don't mind, I'm supporting it. But it's not normal that all 3 of your children would be trans. That's not natural.
You're pushing it. You're pushing it.
I mean, are they trans or are they just sexually ambiguous?
For 5 seconds that's normal.
Yeah,
it's not. These are little kids. Let adults make their own decisions when they're adults. Stop, like, your kid's like has a question, or they, like you said, put on a tutu, and it's like, oh yeah, no, you're right, you're a girl. Do you wake up and feel like you're a girl? And the little boy's like, yeah, sure. I'm 6. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You should have been on Bashers last week, because that was the big crux of our conversation was androgyny is dead, trans is in. It's like you can't even. It used to be fun and charming when Bowie was doing it. When you're a boy, and when it was androgyny was rock and roll and fun, and there was no labels and there's no pressure. Now it's like, oh, let's get you some hormones and have your penis removed right away.
It's different. It's totally different. It was just like in that time period, it was a way of rebelling, and now it's a way of fitting in almost. It's like completely different. Yeah.
Random guy is saying, who's this girl? I love her. After only 5 minutes, this girl is Michaela de Chatillon, and we put her channel into the chat so you guys can see it and
subscribe and like immediately.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, random guy. That's nice of you. I try to restrain myself. Okay, I don't want to be that person on the Fashion Police stream, so I'll tone it down.
But we all love a good rando, don't we? I just learned that word for the first time. Somebody used it on me, and I went, "What?" I made the dog face. What? All these truncated words the kids use nowadays.
Rando. That is so 5 years ago.
Is it really? Like, I totally hooked up with a rando. I was like,
that's not even relevant right now.
I didn't even know what you're saying. Now I get it.
It's because it's not real. It's not real language. So
I guess it's not.
There's Michaela's channel, guys. Anybody wants to subscribe? There she is. Wow, Michaela, you're over 11,000 subs now. Look at you.
Look at you go, my lady.
Holy moly.
Yeah, no, I got to put my head in the game here. Yeah.
It's been
fun. I never expected to, like, I'm not trying really hard to grow. That's not like my goal. I'm just doing it for fun. I'm doing it to talk about things I'm interested in. I'm doing it to like teach some maybe younger women things or point out style and whatnot. So it's kind of my hobby, and it just so happens to be paying me 2 cents per video. You know how it is. It's so bad. I do get messages all the time for sponsorships where you can make some money, but it's all crap products. So I'm waiting till there's something decent.
Sure, of course. You wait,
like
you'll get it.
Boob tape. Do you want to advertise boob tape on my channel? How exactly am I supposed to do that with my shirt on? I'm confused here.
Oh my God.
Also, I would never in real life I would never try to speak on a product that I wouldn't actually use.
No.
Ever. That's just not how it is.
You mean like Emerald Lagasse? That guy would pitch anything. So he used to cook, right? He used to be a chef.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He says bam, bam.
Yeah.
I grew up watching him. He's like my dad in my heart. But I don't know.
Is he ShamWow? Is he ShamWow? Is that?
No. Emerald Lagasse's a famous chef.
He's got the dark star chef hair.
Oh, okay.
And now he just sells pans, pots and pans, and toaster ovens and all kinds of.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about him. I haven't thought of him in like a decade. I'm gonna check it on
cayenne pepper, bam.
Yeah,
bam, bam, bam.
My dad's a chef, or he was a chef, and so we always grew up watching Food Network, and I loved Emerald Lagasse. He reminded me of my dad's good side, his nice side. Anyway, he's fun to watch.
He was a great personality, Emerald Lagasse. He really was.
And I loved Iron Chef. I don't think he was ever in Iron Chef, though. That was Bobby Flay.
He might have been a host. Maybe, right? He's a James Beard Award winner. He was going to be Random Guy. Look at that.
I think Random Guy's in love.
I think so.
He's just discovered Michaela now. He's sending super chats. I'll forward you that super chat, Michaela.
No.
It's clearly for you. It's
clearly hosting, for you. You're putting it together. It's keep it for you.
Putting it together.
You're doing all the tedious work.
Putting up an image.
I'm doing all the attempts at zooming into people's watches that are failing.
Yeah, you're the one struggling on the internet. You're the one struggling.
I'd love to have you on iBashers, but there's one problem. You're only available on a Monday.
Well,
I mean, unless we replace this show in iBashers.
No, actually, it's just that I could be available on other days. It's just later in the day for me, like 4:30 or something my time. So that's the problem. But it doesn't mean I could. It doesn't mean I could never do it. Yeah, if you were ever doing something crazy late, we
could do that because Dirk is in New York, and that would probably suit him even more because he could actually sit back and have a beer and enjoy himself rather than doing it.
Are you a night owl?
I mean, I am for sure. Shit,
I mean, technically, yes. I'm not lately, but that's only because of circumstances. But normally, yes, I am a very late owl. You can generally catch me at 3 a.m. and I'm up. If he texts me, I'm up usually. Usually.
Well, maybe we can figure out an iBashers. Then you can get all that stuff off your chest, Michaela, about.
And then I'll get canceled.
And you'll get canceled.
My YouTube will get deleted. No, I'm joking. I have self-control.
If that was going to happen, myself and Dirk would have been canceled a long time ago.
I think we were canceled anyway. We just didn't notice.
Right. It's like, oh, you canceled me. Great. I'm going to keep going. Like, thank you, though. Yeah.
I love how everybody starts chatting on the side about all the stuff we're talking about now. Everybody knows everything about Emerald Lagasse and all this other shit. They know everything. Unbelievable. People are crazy and smart. Amazing. Emerald's a watch guy. I didn't know that. You don't really, Oisin, you don't know who that is?
If I see his face, I just don't know the name.
Kind of a dumpy looking Italian guy, and he's very personable. He's got a very sweet, kind personality.
Is he from a different era or?
No, he's from the same era as your guy.
Oh, that guy. Okay, American Chef. I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I've never watched anything he's ever done.
He was,
Yeah. I mean, I would watch Gordon Ramsay and stuff like that, but that's of a later generation.
He's very entertaining. I love Gordon Ramsay. He's great.
Yeah, he's great.
But I feel like I was very sheltered, so I wasn't allowed to watch anything except for the Food Network and golf. Oh my God, kill me now. Now, golfing is fun. Golf. I grew up golfing with my dad, but he was very intense and mean. Like if I missed, I was getting yelled at, screamed at. But it did help me. It helped me improve really quickly. But watching it, it's just so slow to watch. It's only fun to do it, not watch it. But I have a set of pink clubs, so it's been a while.
Said that Charlize Theron is not married. That's what I thought. She might be a bit of a pain in the ass, that woman. Maybe that's the problem. Or she's just enough person in one. Great show tonight from James Hess, $5.99. Thanks so much. And a member. Watch Talk and no TPG brings me back to the reason I started streaming these channels. Yeah, TPG was in a lot in the news lately. Sorry, guys, if anybody gets pissed off with that. Someone mentioned earlier that they were very satisfied with me coming in on the attack there on Tim's thing the other night. Thank you for that.
Did you have TPG on Tim's show?
He came on, and then everyone, he was on Tim's show, and then everyone was like, "We need Oisin because everyone's soft cocking him," So I came in with a baseball bat and fucking went at him.
Well, I watched it. You watched it? I watched it, and I felt like you were almost like an older brother or father figure, scolding him firmly, but not like completely losing hope for him. Just like you need to get yourself together. You can't exactly guide someone that's made such a big mess exactly what they should do to fix it, but it's like you can't ignore that you have problems and you have to fix it. Like, so I'm not gonna make this conversation about that.
I cannot wait to watch that for dinner tonight. That's gonna be what I'm watching.
It was so satisfying. I was so satisfied with what you were saying. I was like,
Me?
yes. Yeah, no, I was so glad someone was saying that.
I cannot wait to see this now.
Well, you're gonna have to scoot about halfway through the video. I think it's timestamped.
Timmy, you know how much I love you, but when I want to watch your show, I skim through it because they'll talk about one thing for ad nauseum forever, and then when they get to the shit I really want to hear, I'm like, yeah. But I watched a psychiatrist break down TPG last night. There's a psychiatrist, and I'll send you the link. Talked about that he's an unrecoverable narcissist sociopath.
Is it an established channel or some tiny channel?
It's some guy who's got a channel, and he's just it's not a watch guy reaction. He just reacted to it, and I went, "Oh, that's weird." And he said he's never going to change. That's just what he is. He's just narcissist.
I believe that too. Yeah. I was in bed already. It was a dry night for me. I hadn't had a drink. I went to bed early. I was like, I'm getting up in the morning. I'm going to go cycle out to the beach and get some sun before noon. And then next thing I started getting texts on the phone going, Anthony's coming on. He's coming on to Tim's show. You've got to come on. I'm like, no, I'll just leave it up to Tim. It's his show. And then I was watching some of it in bed, and they were soft cocking him the whole time. They were trying to ask him questions, but they just couldn't go on the offensive. And at first I thought, well, maybe this is a good way. Well, I thought maybe this is Tim's way of making sure he'll come back again. Because if the guy comes on and gets grilled, he'll never come back. And
the only reason I think he came on is because Tim was being very nice and compassionate and stuff. If he wasn't, why would he come on? But also, congratulations to Tim for having that show, because that was big and people are still flooding it with comments and watching it. So good for him. He got was it the most productive? I don't know, but it was really well watched or viewed rather. Good for him for having that show.
Yeah, he had like 800 people in the room watching. That's huge for him. And my phone hasn't stopped dinging from all sorts of randoms just going,
it's randos, okay?
Randos. Just saying, thank you, God, you came on and you did a great job and all of that. And I got a lot more members on the channel and stuff like this. And, I think there's a sentiment going around now. People who didn't even like me are like, now I like him. Because, the enemy of my enemy is my friend or something like that. Is the idea. you know.
I can't wait to see that. Oh my God. Because
enjoy.
you know how I feel about that asshole. I watched a little bit of a particular channel that I think you like. And I saw him licking his arse and I went, oh man,
Who licking whose arse?
It was
you don't have to mention.
Hangout.
You don't have to.
JJ's Hangout.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was,
I don't watch that.
I mean, I couldn't. First of all, it's the most low quality channel I've ever seen. He's got a lot of stuff going on, but it just looks like, you know, it's shot with like a play school camera, and then they were talking about him, and I was like, no. You guys all wanted to bleep that guy's bleep because you thought that there were sales and deals involved because you're all watch dealer scumbag 48th Street, New York City, fucking thieves, all of you. So that's why 47th Street,
48th Street was all the music stores, Manly's.
Yeah, it's all the, you know, I'm gonna get you the deals for you, diamonds and whatever. No. And that guy is a criminal. He's a straight up criminal. And you guys, you all knew it from the get go. There's no way you didn't, because we all talked about it. But you guys didn't, because you're like, you know what? I might be able to get a nice yacht master out of that guy. I'm going to make a couple of deals with him. JJ had, I wanted to mention this to you the other day, because I thought you liked him or knew him or whatever. He had, cover your ears, Michaela. Please cover your ears. He had that fat Dutch cunt on his show the other day. And I was like, oh, he's licking his ass too, Nico Leonard. I was like,
they lick. Look, the main reason that they lick these guys' asses is because they have big channels. They'd lick my ass if I went on too. I mean, that man isn't as big as the fat Dutch cunts, but it's, you know, they're just trying to, because JJ was hovering at 1,000 subs for the past 2 years. It must be fucking excruciating. Meanwhile, on a side note, I'm just mad impressed that this woman knows about all this stuff. Have you been watching? Is it your husband who's watching all this stuff and you're overhearing it?
No. This is my version of the Kardashians, right? I don't like that kind of reality TV.
It's what it
is. This is my version of reality TV. I don't know what it is, but something like, for instance, like with boxing, the drama behind the scenes with boxing, it draws me in. That interests me, so I watch it for that reason, and then I get invested. And then this, I mean, honestly, yeah, real people are hurt, so I care and all that, but it's just like chaos. But I can't turn my eyes away from it. And no, Eric watches it too, but no, I'm watching it on my own, and then we're coming together and disagreeing about stuff. It's actually really funny. But yeah, no, that stream was really good, and I really appreciated what you're saying. No, I was really glad, because a lot of things are, you know, do we have to vote for someone who did something wrong to be completely obliterated? Maybe he deserves it. Not necessarily, but you do have to take accountability, and you have to humble yourself. You know, you can't walk around like you're the king just because you maybe can fix some of the damage you caused. Like, you need to lay low a little bit and be humble. I know he needs views, you know, in order to make money and all that. So it's complicated.
That epistle was so fake. Oh my God. I was giggling when I watched it. I went, this guy is the ultimate scam artist. Anthony, when he was boo-hoo, drugs and gambling and hookers and boo-hoo.
When you kept saying, Oisin, that you shoved it up your nose, the 5 million, I was dying.
I cannot wait to see this.
I was like, I mean, let's be honest. That's what he said he did.
Said
he did.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. But it was funny because it was like everyone up the front of the class going, oh, so was it hard? It must have been hard to make that decision. And I was at the back of the class going, shut the fuck up. I think at some point I actually said, who gives a flying fuck? Did I say something like that? Because the guy goes, he says to Tim, he goes, Tim, when you met me, what impression did you get? What kind of person am I?
How did you like?
And I was
album?
Like, yeah.
How did you like? Hold on. Come here. I want to play you something. La la la. That is so egomaniacal. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I know. I just fucking. But it was also 5 a.m, 6 a.m. I got out of bed. I was almost asleep, and I got out of bed to do it. And I was like, I better light up a fucking smoke and just listening to the guy. I was like, okay, forget. So he got me at the worst possible moment. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it out there, and I'm glad you.
Dirk,
you
just wait
it.
for Oisin's exit though from this chat the stream.
Great.
That was the.
I hope you offered him a big
part.
bag of Coke.
My exit from it.
Yeah, no, the last thing you said before you exited was
all right. Don't tell me.
So I'm not saying it. No spoilers.
Because there was a stream the night before that he was not on that where I exited, and I just went okay. I was like yelled in the mic, and then I went I'm out, and I disappeared. That wasn't that.
Well, what I'm referring to though is when Anthony was still on the screen, and he stayed on for a few minutes after you left. But you said what you said. Your closing statement was just really great. That's all. I didn't see whatever was previous with you. I didn't see that. I didn't see the previous one that you were on. I don't usually like watch.
Okay. I don't even remember what I said. I got to go back and watch it.
Just watch that. Just get to that part. Just watch right before you. It was iconic. Okay. It was iconic.
Here's the point. The guy super chatted us for not talking about him.
Yeah,
I know.
That was my fault.
Sorry.
We're just chatting among ourselves.
I'm gonna watch that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's hard not to talk about relevant topics. You know, it's hard.
Of course.
I'm gonna watch it because I'm so tired of like making a meal and then clicking. I know exactly what we're watching.
Yeah.
You got to go back to the other night. It wasn't even last night's one. It was the night before. Anyway.
I don't want to see any of those people lick his hole. I want to see you eviscerate him. That's what I want to see.
That pretty much happens. But
you can't just skip. You can't just skip the consequence portion and move on to like everyone's good now. You have to go through the consequence of your action portion.
Totally.
You know, in life, people might make mistakes. That is a fat mistake, though.
Boy, oh boy, is it.
It's like watching the
You know what? It
Man.
made me feel better about the credit card I have to pay off, though. It made me feel a lot better. I'm like, oh, damn, okay, that's nothing. Can't even imagine.
I know. Can you imagine being that much in debt and being calm about it? I don't understand.
Well, you obviously don't like hookers and Coke as much as he does.
No, I've never tried either, and I think I'll pass.
Good for you. What's the point of that?
Anyway. Hey, great show, guys. That was really good fun. We might be doing Bashers on Wednesday. Are we still doing Bashers on Wednesday, or is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And hey, we'll think about doing it a little later. It gets recorded anyway. A lot of people watch it after the fact. And if Michaela wants to drop in and speak her part, get it all off her chest about how angry she is about the wokery and all, this is definitely the right audience for it. I can assure you of that.
Bashers great show. You can let it all go.
Okay.
I'm sending everybody over to Tim as always. Great show. Thank you, Michaela.
Timmy.
Thank you, Dirk. Fantastic.
Thank you, kids.
You guys, same place.
Thanks for pushing it back an hour for me.
No problem. But we'll be an hour ahead next week, hopefully.
Yeah. I don't have a dentist. I don't have any emergency dental next week.
Okay. Awesome.